All right, let's talk about a character who completely flips the script on destiny. What if damnation was an ending, but an opportunity? A fresh start? We're going to explore a being who took his curse and literally forged it into a crown. This is the story of Jack Sovereign, a god who built himself from nothing but pure, stubborn will.
And boom, right there, you get it. This isn't a hero's journey. It's not a villain's origin story. Forget all that. Salvation, damnation, those are rules in a game he's no longer playing. He operates on a whole other level now. He's a collector. Every debt, cosmic, karmic, you name it, it's his to collect.
So, how does someone even get to that point? How do you become this cosmic predator? Well, to really get a handle on the god, we've got to go back to the beginning. We have to look at the man he once was. And trust me, he was a lot smaller and, frankly, kind of pathetic. So let's rewind. It all starts with a very old tale, one you might have heard around a campfire, the legend of Stingy Jack. It's a classic cautionary tale about a guy so clever he managed to outsmart absolutely everyone, including, unfortunately for him, himself. So this is our guy, Stingy Jack. And the name, yeah, it fits. His entire life was one big con. He was defined by two things: an insatiable, bottomless greed, and a cunning mind that he used to trick everyone around him. They say his soul was just barren. Nothing good growing in there at all. Now, he was so famously wicked that he eventually got the attention of the devil himself. But Jack, being Jack, doesn't see a terrifying force of nature. He sees another mark, another opportunity. And believe it or not, he actually manages to trick and trap the Lord of Hell. And he does it twice. The second time, he backs the devil into a corner and forces him to make a promise, an unbreakable vow, that hell would never, ever claim Jack's soul. In his mind, he's just hit the jackpot. He's found the ultimate loophole, a get-out-of-jail-free card for an entire lifetime of sin. And this, of course, is where his brilliant plan backfires. I mean, spectacularly. When he finally dies, heaven takes one look at his life of deceit and says, nope, absolutely not. So he goes down to the gates of hell, but the devil just kind of smirks and says, sorry, a deal's a deal, you're not welcome here. The man literally conned himself into spiritual homelessness. So he's stuck. He's condemned to just wander forever in that gray twilight nothingness between worlds. And as a final little jab, the devil tosses him a single burning coal from the fires of hell. Jack, being resourceful, pops it into a turnip he'd been munching on, and there you have it, the very first jack-o'-lantern. Now, for most versions of this story, that's the end. But for this one, oh, this is just the beginning. Because in that endless, silent, lawless dark, something clicked for Jack. He had a revelation. What if this wasn't a punishment? What if this curse was actually the ultimate freedom? This is the pivot. It's all about perspective. See, from one point of view, what the source calls the slave's view, his fate is terrible. It's a lonely, aimless curse. But Jack starts to see it differently. He adopts the master's view. In a place with no rules, no one can rule you. His endless wandering isn't aimless, it's mastery of infinite movement. His curse isn't a sentence, it's a cosmic blank slate, a tabula rasa. And this right here is the terrifying truth he discovers in the dark. If you're not bound for heaven, and you're not bound for hell, well then you're not bound by anything at all. You're pure potential. He wasn't a condemned soul anymore. He was an opportunity just waiting for an active will to give it shape. Okay, so you have this epiphany. You're totally free. But how do you go from a wandering ghost to a literal god? Well, it turns out the next step for a soul with nothing to lose is to find something to take. His whole transformation basically happens in 3 steps. It's a process of pure cosmic defiance. First, he finds a broken piece of divinity. Second, he doesn't worship it. He doesn't bargain with it. He eats it. And third, he unleashes the chaos that comes with that power. So out there in the void, Jack finds the shattered, dying essence of a fallen seraph, an angel. Anyone else would see a tragedy. Jack sees a meal. He just reaches out and consumes its corrupt light, and his own boundless greed acts like an accelerant. That tiny coal in his turnip lantern roars to life, becoming this insane, multi-hued inferno, a fire that can burn away the very concepts of law and consequence. And in that single moment, the name Stingy Jack just dies. It's gone. Through an act of pure, ruthless will, he forges a new identity for himself. He's not the trickster anymore. He is Jack Sovereign, the Monstrum Unbound, a self-made monster totally free from every single metaphysical chain that ever existed. So what does that really mean, the Monstrum Unbound? It's way more than just a cool, scary name. It's a new category of being. It's the philosophical endpoint of all his defiance. The core concept here is the corrupted Übermensch. He basically took Nietzsche's philosophy and lived it out in the void. He didn't just break the rules of good and evil, he transcended the game entirely. He's the one who makes the rules now, carving his own destiny with nothing but the sharpened edge of his own desire. And with this new status, of course, come new titles. Each one tells you something about his power. The Lantern Wolf. Yep, he's a hunter now, stalking the cosmic dark. The Fire that refuses. His power answers to no one, not heaven, not hell. And maybe the most chilling one, the Predator of the Absolute. He doesn't just exist, he hunts. And this is the ultimate irony of his story. The very thing that damned him as a man, that insatiable, all-consuming greed, is the exact same thing that deifies him. His avarice was transmuted. It's not a petty desire for coins anymore. It's a cosmic principle. It's an endless hunger for power, for influence, for the collection of all debts. So what's the big takeaway here? The old legend of Stingy Jack was a warning, a lesson about being too clever for your own good. But the story of Jack Sovereign is something else entirely. It is a terrifying testament to the power of absolute will. It's a dark look at what happens when a soul, given total freedom, doesn't choose peace, it chooses dominion. And his lantern is always, always hungry.